So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Zoho Begin CRM contact from new Google Sheets table row. Now let's say you're using Zoho Begin as a CRM for your business and you have created a table in your Google spreadsheet where you are adding the details of the new leads or new contacts. Now you want that whenever you're going to add a new row of data or new contact details in the table of your Google spreadsheet, you want to add that same contact in your Zoho Begin CRM as well. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So in this automation, whenever we are going to add a new row of data or new contact details in Google Sheet, automatically with the same details, that same contact will be created in Zoho Begin. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this automation all by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Google Sheets table which I have created in my Google spreadsheet. So in this table, I'm adding the details of a new contact which I'm getting. So I'm adding the first name, last name, email, phone number, company, the source from which I have received the contact, and if there is a note, I'm adding the note related to that contact as well. Now I want that whenever the details of a new contact is added in this Google Sheets table, I want to add that same contact in my Zoho Begin CRM as well. Now to do this, we have to connect our Google Sheets table with Zoho Begin. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to do so. Now to access Pabbly Connect, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. And here you can see we have reached to Pabbly Connect's landing page. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up free. Now, if you're new to Pabbly, by clicking on this sign up free button, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you're an existing Pabbly user, just click on sign in. So I will just sign in to my own Pabbly account. After signing in, we will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. And here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. After clicking on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And here in this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow. Click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll name it as Google Sheets to Zoho Begin. You can basically give any other name of your choice. Then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to set up this automation and click on create. And as we click on create, here you can see the automation workflow will open in front of us. In this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Google spreadsheet, this Google Sheets table with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever a new row of data is added in this table, the details of a new contact in a new row is added, automatically the same details of the contact will be sent to Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. It will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the details of the same contact to Zoho Begin and add that person as a contact over here as well automatically. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. After selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google Sheets table with Pabbly Connect and receive the response, receive the data over here. And to add this webhook URL in Google Sheets, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Google spreadsheet. After coming to the Google Sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. And here after clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here in Search app, search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And here you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install the same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing your Google Sheets, once again go to Extensions, and here you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is added over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us, and it is basically asking us three different things. First one is selected sheet, the data of a new row from which particular sheet in our Google Sheets we want to send to Pabbly Connect. So here we might have multiple sheets over here in our Google Sheet, and the data from which particular sheet you want to send to Pabbly Connect, you have to select that. So right now I have only one sheet in my Google Sheets named as Sheet 1. That's why here in selected sheet you can see only one option as Sheet 1. Then it is asking us webhook URL. And here in the field of webhook URL, we have to enter the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting this webhook URL, here it is asking us trigger column. Now here in trigger column, we have to basically enter the last column in which we are entering some data. So here in the background, you can see we have column G as the last column in which any of our data we are entering. After column G, in any of the column, none of our data does not exist. So we are going to select column G as our trigger column. And after entering these details, click on this send test button. Now when we click on send test, here you can see it is showing us test data sent successfully. Means the data of the very first row after headers, like here in this Google Sheets table, in row number 1, we have the headers over here. But in row 2, we have the details of the first contact over here. So the data of row number 2 is now sent to Pabbly Connect. So let's check it. We'll come to a Pabbly Connect workflow, and yes, here you can see in our trigger step, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same contact from Google Sheet. We have the row index that from which particular row we have received the data. We have the phone number, note, last name, first name, email, and company as well. So all the details of this contact which we have added in our Google Sheet, all of these details are now received inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, go back to your Google Sheet, click on this submit button in the initial setup window, and it is showing us setup configured successfully. Close this window, once again go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and this time we have to select this option of send on event. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheets, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added till our trigger column, immediately, instantly send the data of that new contact of that new row to Pabbly Connect. And here you can see the step 1 of setting up this automation is also completed, where we have received the details of a new contact from Google Sheets in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, let's move to step 2. In step 2, we want to send the details of the same contact received from Google Sheets to Zoho Begin. For that, we will just scroll down, come to this action window, and here in Choose Apps, search for Zoho Begin. Just select it. After selecting Zoho Begin, in action event from this drop-down, select the action event as Create Contact. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Zoho Begin account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Zoho Begin button. Then after that, here it is asking us for the domain. That what is the domain of a Zoho account which we are trying to connect with Pabbly Connect. And you might be having any one domain out of these 5. Now to check the domain of your Zoho account, just log into your Zoho account and go to this URL section. Like here you can see the domain of my Zoho account is zoho.in. So I'm going to select the same option, zoho.in as the domain, and enter it over here. And then just click on save. Now as we click on save, here you can see because I have already logged into my Zoho Begin account in my browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account. And here in this pop-up window, it is asking us to accept it to make the connection. Just click on this accept button, and by clicking on accept, we can see that Zoho Begin account will get connected with Pabbly Connect over here. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the owner. That who will be the owner of this contact in our Zoho Begin account. So right now, I have only one user in my Zoho account that is named as Test Dummy. So that's why here in this dropdown, you can see only one option as Test Dummy. Then it is asking us first name, last name, date of birth, lead source. So details of the contact which we are trying to create in Zoho Begin, we have to enter these details over here. But we have entered the details of the contact in our Google Sheet, and the data from the Google Sheet are received inside Pabbly Connect in this trigger step. So here what we have to do, from this trigger step responses, one by one, we have to send all of these details to this Zoho Begin action step. And to add the data from the previous step to this Zoho Begin step, we are going to use a process called mapping. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of first name, and here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets in the trigger step. Out of all of these responses, select the response of first name and it will be mapped. Then after that, here it is asking us for the last name. So just click here, and from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select the response of last name and map it. Then it is asking us for the date of birth, but we haven't received the data or the response of date of birth. We haven't entered the date of birth of the contact in Google Sheet. And this particular field is also not mandatory, not required. So if you want, you can ignore this field for now. Then it is asking us lead source. So we have entered the lead source over here. We have selected it from this drop down in Google Sheet. So we are going to map the response of lead source over here. And here it is, lead source. Then it is asking us email address. Just click here from the drop down, select and map the response of email. Then after that, let's map the mobile number as well. And in this way, all the details of the contact which we have entered in our Google Sheet, we are going to map all of these details. We don't have the phone number, but we have the company name over here. So let's map the company name. The company is Google, for example. Then it is asking us description. So we have added a note as well. So we are going to add that note in description. Then it is asking us address related details, and we haven't entered address related details in our Google Sheets. So if you want, you can just ignore these fields and keep this field as blank. But all the other details which we have received over here, we have basically mapped all of these details into their respective fields. And after mapping all the data, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we are going to receive some response. And yes, the response is received. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have mapped over here, using these same details, we have successfully added this person as a contact in Zoho Begin. So let's check it. We will just go to a Zoho Begin account and go to this contact section once. And yes, here you can see demo user, the same person whose details we have added in our Google Sheet. The same person is now added as a contact over here. You can see the same name, you can see the same company, same lead owner. We have the same email address and mobile number from our Google Sheet. We have the same description, same note which we have added in Google Sheet as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created between Google Sheets and Zoho Begin using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And after setting up this automation, whenever we are going to enter the details of a new contact in this Google Sheets table, automatically with the same details, we are going to add the contact in Zoho Begin. So after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. I'm going to enter the details of a new user over here. This is the email address, then this is a dummy mobile number. The company is, for example, Facebook, or should I say Meta. The source is, for example, Facebook itself, and the note is we are testing this automation in real time. So this is the note which I'm adding over here. So just now what has happened, we have entered a new row of data in this Google Sheets table. We have entered the details of a new contact. And as we do this, we will see immediately, instantly, within seconds, the same person will be added as a contact in Zoho Begin. So we will just go to Zoho Begin, refresh this contacts page once. And yes, here you can see within seconds, test user, the same person whose details we have added in our Google Sheets table. The same user is added as a contact in our Zoho Begin account. Here you can see the same name, we have the same company Meta, we have the same email address, mobile number, and the same description. We are testing this automation in real time. This means the automation workflow, we have tested it, and this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.